be on the radio.
The M, the A, the R, the C, the S, the I, the D, the E.
Alright, what is it you want to do when you grow up?
On the radio, he is introduced like
The M, the A, the R, the C, the S, the I, the D, the E.
I always wanted to be on the radio.
Thanks for tuning in to the 4th episode of the Marc Side Live on 4680Q in beautiful Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada. I'm Marc with a C, and I have some fun news. Joining me in the studio semi-permanently is BeardOh. If you listened to the second episode, you might have caught that, and we had so much fun that we decided to keep the good times rolling, and yeah, he's going to be here with me pretty regularly, and I'm stoked on that. And then
I was promised Doritos.
Next time, bro.
There's no Doritos. I'm kind of upset.
Our guest today is an incredibly talented local musician. Her name is Nicole Cerminara, and we're going to talk to her about all things music and Tom Selleck. But before we get into that, I have a little bit of a birthday shout-out that I want to give to my buddy Devin. He just turned 40, and yeah, he's an awesome dude, and apparently he listens to every radio show that I've put out, so at least I know there's one person listening, which is awesome, I think. But yeah, I wanted to give him a shout out because A, he's 40, so happy birthday to him, and B, I witnessed something really cool involving him and another local musician whose name is Zach Burry. He's absolutely talented and awesome. But yeah, so Zach was selling some t-shirts, and Devin was out there being like, hey, I want to buy a shirt. And then Devin, being the amazing human that he is, bought all of the t-shirts in the case, and then just took a few for him and his wife and his kid, and told Zach to just sell the rest. And I just wanted, I thought that was such like an amazing act of kindness, and just so incredibly supportive of just like local musicians and art that I felt it deserved like a bigger, you know, mention, like one of those things that goes unseen, a nice kind act that goes unseen, but like, you know, he's not bragging about it, but I'm going to brag about it for him because I feel like he deserves that. So yeah, happy birthday, Devin. Thanks for tuning in, and appreciate all of your support for everybody in the community. That being said, we're going to get into it now. We're going to talk to Nicole and yeah, get into all things music. Nicole, say hi. Tell us about yourself.
Hi, my name's Nicole. I play music, and I just do my best to not be bad at it.
Well, you are definitely not bad at it.
Well, that's a great review. Thank you.
Right? That's
Very nice.
So humble of you, really. It's so insanely humble that you're like, oh, I try my best not to be bad at it, but there's like easily 100,000 people on Instagram that think you're really phenomenal at it.
Well, what is a judge of Instagram is just, you know, what do they know on there?
Hey, I mean, that's
Post. I've seen a lot of videos get a lot of traction that had some very interesting content. So
no, absolutely, but still, regardless, you know, like this is the game we have to play now, and it kind of sucks. You know, you have no choice but to play the social clout game, and and regardless of you know, maybe only 5% of the people watch a video for the whole video, or maybe 1%, like that. It's still very cool that there's people out there that are identifying with your music and want to consume it. So about that, let's get into some of the music stuff. You're a musician, you're a singer-songwriter. What instruments do you play specifically?
Basically just guitar and kind of piano, like enough that I taught myself how to kind of do certain chord shapes, and enough that I can write a song kind of okay on piano.
All right,
if
nice.
I want to.
A lot of like the chord structures on piano and guitar are very similar.
Yeah.
If you can read the music on guitar, you can play it on piano.
Yes.
It's just different because you have to use two hands and doing different things at the same time.
Yes,
yeah.
I would love to be a good piano
Me
player.
too.
Unfortunately, I don't own one, but you know, maybe one day I will,
One day.
and then I'll commit to it. But also, I feel like I'm just one of those musicians who kind of just has a lot of love for one instrument, and I don't know, I've never really been able to commit fully to dividing my time between more than one instrument. I don't know. Maybe that makes me lazy.
No, I think it's good to have a
You got a
focus.
passion for the guitar, and you're very good at doing it. So, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of deal, right? No one says you need to learn other instruments to be a musician.
This is true. But yeah, piano is definitely, if anything, I would like to improve my piano skills.
Fair. Can you actually read music like note for note? Okay, because I've seen people that can do that. I find that just so impressive. They read it like it's literal words, and they know exactly what to play.
It's
and
insane.
It blows my mind when I watch somebody just like looking at the notes, and they know exactly where they're
Sight
going. They
reading.
don't have to look at their hands. And like I've seen that happen. I've tried myself. I grew up playing the piano a little bit, and Like I was more of a by ear person.
Me too.
Like that's just how it worked for me.
I learned how to read music when I was in high school. There was like a guitar class that I took, and to get from not knowing it to knowing it, once you know it, it is just like muscle memory. You'll automatically read it like words on a book.
Yeah.
But if you stop reading it and you stop practicing it, gone.
It's like typing on a keyboard,
It
like
is.
at a computer. Like, and if you watch the way things have gone, everybody had a desktop computer at some point, and we had a really cool like desk system for it with like CD slots and all these other cool. Like it was its own like center.
Yeah.
It was the internet center kind of thing, right? But then like we moved away from that, and now everything's like on like touch screen.
Yeah.
And so I feel like people's typing ability is probably going to go in the same way, where it's like you have that ability to look at the screen and not look at the keys and just type away.
Yeah.
But then you don't do that. You
now
lose
you're
that.
just typing with your thumbs.
Yeah,
That's
you're
all
just
everybody
swiping
types
and
with
stuff
is
like-
this,
yeah, it's
right?
wild.
So it's a totally different world.
Oh, 100%. So how long have you been playing guitar, Nicole? Like, how long have you been involved in music? Like, whole life kind of thing?
I've been
or?
playing guitar for like 20 years, since I was 6. So
Okay.
So a few
It's-
years. Yeah.
it's been a
Just little
minute.
bit, yeah.
It's been a minute.
Did you take lessons?
Yeah,
Or?
I took lessons from ages 10 to 17 ish.
Okay. So before you basically picked it up before you took lessons. Is what
Yeah, and I just
okay.
kind of farted around on it and figured out stuff by ear. And then eventually my dad was like, you're taking this pretty seriously. Maybe we should invest in lessons.
Yeah.
Do your parents play?
No.
No, so you just like, this was just one of those things where you just sort of picked it up like out of nowhere and...
Yeah, well, my brother, I'm in a band with my brother. He plays drums. He started playing drums. I thought drums are cool. I played a little bit of drums. I was like 5.
Yeah.
So not really.
Just
but
unusual
did.
things that make noise.
Yeah.
Nothing's wrong with that, right?
Yeah, but
Exactly.
I knew I wanted to play music, but I didn't want to play drums, and I told my parents I wanted to play guitar, and so I got a guitar.
Were you like immediately good, or was there like...
I'm not even good now.
Oh, be quiet, be quiet.
You watch your
humble
own
ass.
Instagram reels? Like,
Okay.
I try not
come
to.
on.
No, but seriously,
uh,
like, was it like some people are just like some people are incredibly gifted, some people are child prodigies, but some people have just a natural ability or talent to some
100%.
stuff, you know?
I was not a prodigy.
Okay.
I was not a prodigy. I will say one thing that I will give myself is I've always had rhythm,
Okay.
which not everybody has, which is cool. And I
Yeah.
I will give myself that credit. Whether or not it comes from watching my brother play drums and messing around on drums before I started playing guitar, but I don't know, rhythm's always been in me for sure. So that's an advantage to have
Yeah.
because people spend so much time just trying to get the rhythm right when they first
Yeah.
start playing, and I feel like that just happened for me.
Get the rhythm
Nice.
down.
Yeah.
You can learn to put the notes on top of the rhythm.
Totally.
As long as you feel the beat and you can keep the beat consistent, then you got the power to be creative and say, I can put this here, here. and
Yeah,
move around,
rhythm I
right?
never struggled with. But yeah, everything else, obviously, I learned like everyone else, and it was, my fingers were hurting, and it took a long time, but I just loved it. So
Like, did you play till your fingers bled?
They never bled,
Yeah.
but they hurt.
Yeah.
But I never really look back on it and think, man, that was such a struggle. It was always like, no, this is so fun, and this is cool, and I just want to get better. I just want to keep doing it.
That's really amazing. With so did your so your parents didn't play instruments. Were they like into a lot of music?
Yeah.
Did you get a lot of influence sort of from that? So what kind of like influences did you take away from like from whatever your parents listened to? Like what did you end up consuming? What sort of drove you musically?
Well, my dad always had on Q107, which
Okay.
is like the classic rock, dad rock stuff.
Yep.
So that was my base level. Okay, I like all of this stuff. And then as I got older, I started diving more into it, aside from the surface level.
Right, okay.
But anything, this has always been the truth for me, is that anything from the 60s and 70s is my favorite. Any genre. Like, aside, at first it was classic rock stuff, but it's basically anything that came out of the 60s and the 70s, I just love. Whatever genre, whatever era, that's all the good stuff. For me, personally, that's what I believe.
I 100% agree. I think that's the best rock music era of all time, between like the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Yeah.
Like, 80s was kind of like going towards more...
80s has some great stuff.
It does, but like the hair band stuff back then.
But for rock, no.
Nah.
But yeah, so we grew up listening to a lot of older stuff. Not to say that I'd never listened to modern stuff, because I do, but it's just never really done the same kind of thing for me.
Right.
So early on, and still now, but early on, what really hooked me was Zeppelin.
Fair.
Oh.
And so that was my be-all, end-all, still is. but now I just listen to a lot of other things too. But I was like the tiniest Zeppelin fan you've ever seen. It's just like.
What's your favorite Zeppelin tune?
I can't pick a favorite song. It's too hard. But my favorite.
Right answer.
My
Right
favorite.
answer.
My favorite record is Zeppelin 3.
3? Mm-hmm. Very good. I like 1.
I don't think there's a wrong answer.
No, there's
really.
not. I don't think they've ever put out a bad album.
No.
So.
Well, we can talk about In Through the Outdoor a little bit, but it's still got Fool in the Rain on it. So
it's still Zeppelin.
yeah.
It's still Zeppelin.
Yeah. No. It's all good. That was also kind of my guitar journey beginning too, because I was obsessed with Jimmy Page, and I was just like, this is the kind of thing I want to do.
Fair enough.
And if you look at it too, like at the heart of it, it's not incredibly intricate chords, right? Like you look at music today, people feel like they have to like go crazy and do all these weird finger things and like make the weirdest sounds possible. All you have to do is make something and make somebody's head go like this, right?
That's it.
If you can make the beat go,
Absolutely.
you've got him hooked in right away. I don't get me wrong, I appreciate all that good stuff, but Zeppelin was just raw. Like, hey, let's make a simple chug sound, dun 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 dun, and then people loved it, right? And sometimes the basics are better than anything.
I agree.
That's my
The meat and potatoes of it all.
Yeah.
So on the topic of all these songs and this music, can we get you to play something? I know before we get too far into it, you released a EP yesterday,
Correct.
and we're going to talk about that. But I would like to get a song out of you first, and then we'll get into the EP.
Well, it's crazy that there's just a guitar lying on the floor.
Oh, weird. Weird how that is.
I had
It's almost
no
like
idea
you
that we were even
get
gonna do
there.
this.
planned this.
Oh my god, and
In
it's
1
already on the
second.
exact capo position and everything that I
Wow.
need for the song that I want to play.
That's amazing.
That's
Let's mic you up.
Life is wild.
I just love it when life works out like
Yeah.
that. You
All
know?
right.
All right.
Yeah, well, I think we're good to go. Just waiting for the green light. Is everything good?
Are we
So
green light?
check 1, 2.
Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2.
I think we're good.
I want that capo.
Yeah.
I want
I
that
get you
capo.
one, man. All right, cool. Yeah, this is a tune off the record.
Well, a man takes his time when he's loving on a woman who has never loved a man who was loving on her back. And the man takes his time when he's going through the motions of a newly found devotion. He must keep himself on track. All in all, he knows to jump is just a fall, but he's fine to take that jump, long as he may fall on you. Oh, he's fine to take that jump, long as he may fall on you. Well, a woman takes her time when she's waiting on a man who has never loved a woman who was waiting on him back. And a woman takes her time when she's going through the motions of a newly found devotion. She must keep herself on track. All in all, she knows to jump it's just a fall, but she's fine to take that jump, long as she may fall on you. Or she's fine to take that jump, long as she may fall on you. Well, that man takes his time for a woman. Well, a woman must take her time for man. And that man takes his time when he's loving on that woman. Well, that woman better give him all she can. Yes, ma'am. Take his time. Take her time. They gonna take some time. Well, all in all, they know to jump is just too far, but they find to take that jump, long as they may fall on the love. Or they find to take that jump, long as they may fall on love.
Wow.
That was awesome. awesome.
That was incredible.
So cool.
That's a fun, probably the kind of fun one of the EP.
That was
just a little
awesome.
little ditty.
That's amazing.
That's just a little thing. Yeah, no.
Well, it's just like
whipped it up real
it's sort of the fun piece of the collection of songs. I like to play that one.
Very bluesy.
Yeah,
sound.
yeah. It's not quite as
Southern
serious
inspired,
as the
yeah.
others. I enjoy it.
That is absolutely wild.
That was so good.
For a little bit of
guys.
context, I met Nicole at Local when I was working at a bar called Local in the kitchen, and we bonded over the snack mix that I made. And I would always, like, anytime she was playing there, I would send her home with a liter container full of snack
And
mix
I
just
eat the
to.
whole thing at 3 a.m.
But it was one of the funniest things. Is I was in the kitchen, okay, and I just need to draw the picture. I was in the kitchen, and I heard this voice and I heard this music, and I had no idea like who was playing or anything. And I walked around the corner, and Nicole was like just absolutely belting out these tunes, and it was like I stopped and I watched. Because it was just so incredible to see in that moment, which is one of the reasons actually why I wanted to have her out here on the show, because it just, you know, I love being able to share people's talents with other people. But on that topic, as we talked about previously, you you released your debut EP yesterday, and I heard you spent 3 days in a cabin in the woods.
I did.
To try and do this. So why don't you tell us about this process and the excitement and all that jazz?
Sure, yeah. So a lot of people might know I've been in more of like a rock band sort of thing throughout the last, well, like 7 or 8 years.
Now, hold on, sorry, I got to interrupt you real quick. You say you've been on a rock thing, but I've seen a lot of your YouTube shorts and stuff, and a lot of it's really funky.
Yes, that too.
You know what I mean?
That
There's a
too.
lot of funk going on. So, like, you
Agreed.
say that, I'm like, hold up.
Well, there's a lot of different influences that I have.
Fair enough,
which
fair
is
enough.
all part of the story too, right? Is that
Yeah.
I love the rock and roll, but I also love funk, and I also love folk and Americana, and so it's sort of been an interesting journey for me to try and cater to all of the different sides of me, and I feel like I've done that with being in bands, cover band, the original band over the years. We've done the funk thing, we've done the rock thing, but I've always been writing these songs since I was a teenager, just on acoustic guitar, a lot more confessional, a lot more vulnerable. And people have been telling me for years to put this stuff out, but I never really felt like it was time yet.
Yeah.
Maybe I just wasn't ready to be like that honest and give people a look into myself like that.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing to hide behind. There's no guitar riffs. There's no, like, it's just me. So it's a little scary. But I felt this year, I don't know, something just said, yeah, this year I'm going to do it. So I wanted to make it like pretty raw. I'm not a sound engineer. I'm not really like a studio head or anything like that. So I know GarageBand, and that's about it. So I found a cabin on Airbnb, and I drove out to the cabin because it had a piano, and I thought, awesome.
Yeah.
And so I gave myself, 3 days, and I brought my laptop and a mic and my guitar, and I had half-baked tunes, you know, like a chorus, maybe a verse and a chorus, and I just decided to finish these songs and record them and put out an EP. So that's what happened. Although the first 2 days were very unproductive because I was trying to re-record like old demos and like old songs, and it just wasn't working.
You're like forcing something?
Yes, correct. Okay. And then I thought, well, wouldn't it be great if I just did what I should do, which is finish all the new songs that I have like half written in my notes app on my phone. And so literally the last day I was there is the day all these songs came out. And I tracked them, and then when I got home, I did some overdubs. But the bulk of it was tracked there. And so the mixes are okay. You know, sonically it's fine, but it's obviously not, you know, amazing or professional because I'm not, you know, like I said, I'm not a mixing engineer or anything like that.
I think that lends to it though, like when you can hear like a little bit of like inconsistency or imperfection or like just tiny little mistakes, you know, there's an element of that just lends to the realness and the rawness of it, and like, you know, there was like, it was made by a human, like you maybe like you're like a half second or a split second too slow changing notes, and you can kind of hear it. It's not the biggest like issue. You're not about to like rewrite the whole, like redo the whole song for it, but like it's those little imperfections, I feel like that just add like that element of realness to albums.
Yes.
I feel that we've lost a lot of, actually.
Which is my favorite kind of.
It's kind of like listening to vinyls, right?
Yeah.
Like, I love listening to vinyls because you get the scratch, you get the hiccup, you get that
little
weird
pops.
tone that goes off just a little bit, because you knew it was made on a piece of plastic, and
Yeah.
it's just in the studio with a single microphone.
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
You get the rawness of it. You get the realness of
that
it.
was that was
right?
the goal, and that's
Yeah.
always been my favorite kind of thing. You know, any one of my favorite artists and favorite recordings were never really about how amazing the mix was or how
Yeah.
it was just about how it made me feel.
Yeah.
And so that's I just thought it's my first project. I'm putting out 4 songs. You know, like let's just do it
Have
to the best of
fun.
my ability and
Have
just get it out
fun.
there to finally get stuff out there.
Yeah.
You know, that was like the big step in itself.
Having
So,
fun is contagious, I believe. So it's like if you're, it is like if you're
Yeah.
sitting there and you're writing your songs and you're having fun doing it. So what if there's a muted note when you're stringing? So if you accidentally hit the wrong chord for like half a second, you fixed it. You can hear it in your voice that you're still having fun. You're still making good music. People are gonna love that. They're gonna love it because they're enjoying the song too. They're like, oh, she's real. She messed up. She's human. She left it in, right? That's awesome. Let's
Thanks,
have fun
yeah,
doing
yeah,
it, right? And
that's
that's
the
why
goal.
it's a more relatable, right? Because not
Yeah.
everybody's perfect in the perfect studio writing perfect music, perfect timing.
Exactly.
So it's like, okay, I can relate to this, right? I can play the guitar, but not that great or whatever, right? So I can relate. I cannot play like that, but
yeah, no, that's what I'm going for, right?
Yeah.
That's what I want.
So
people
we've
to
talked this
think.
up. Where can we find your EP? What's it called? Like
It's
what's
called
this-
Everything Is True, and it's everywhere.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Spotify,
Yeah, Spotify, Apple Music, whatever you
YouTube,
listen
Google
to.
Music.
Is it on
stuff like that,
YouTube?
like-
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool.
All of that, all the
Awesome.
stuff.
Very good.
It's on all the things.
And we'll repeat that again at the end of the show. We've been talking about it, and at no point did we mention the name of it
Yeah.
or where you can find it or
Yeah.
listen to
well, that's
it.
the fun. That's the challenge. You figure
Right.
it out.
Now you gotta figure
Yeah,
it out. We
you-
talked
you
about
go
it,
find
figure it out.
Oh man. So what's been like like you said your parents aren't like musically inclined in the same way, didn't play instruments, but so what's their feedback been through all of this? Obviously they've been supportive,
Always.
always supportive,
Yes.
and like just like showing up to everything kind of thing when you were
Yeah.
first playing.
Not
and-
so much these days because it's late, and to be honest, I have a hard time staying up late these days. But yeah, in the beginning, oh my god, everything. Yeah, like everything was a huge deal. I'd have like, you know, multiple family members coming out.
Oh, that's awesome.
These days it's more like, oh, you still playing? Cool. But at the time, you know, it was like very exciting for everyone and for me, and there was never a, you know, turn it down. You guys
Yeah.
are being
Yeah,
it
no,
was,
that's great.
you know,
That's really good on your parents because
Yeah.
like there's a lot of parents with kids like me when I was growing up want to play guitar. It's always like, no, you're never gonna stick it through. We're not gonna get it for you, right? Or when I did get one, I played, and then it's like, okay, keep it quiet, go in another room. Mm-hmm. If you're gonna support them, right?
Yeah.
That
Absolutely.
means if you know if you're gonna be playing the guitar, it's gonna be loud and it's gonna
Yes.
not
Yeah.
sound great at the beginning, but get better, right? So
And
that-
they knew I was serious
Yeah.
because I have like a personality that's like if I really want to do
You're
something,
doing
they
it.
know, oh, we can't talk her out of it.
very good on your
And
parents. for
they already had a
supporting.
son who was bashing the drums, and then they
Yeah.
were like, oh, now we have a daughter who wants to play electric guitar. Awesome.
Yeah.
But they just, you know, let us go.
That's awesome.
No,
Good for them.
that's really really great that they supported you like that,
Yeah.
and that they continue to support you. That's something that a lot of people don't actually get, and sometimes that drives people to work harder, and sometimes it detriments people. You know,
Yeah.
it affects people differently. It's so wild.
Yeah.
So you've played a lot of shows, yeah.
Yes.
You played all over the place.
So many.
I remember one time you were playing a show at Local, and there was a guy asking you to play certain songs. He was trying to request stuff.
Always.
And he had like a list in his phone and everything he was reading. I remember your response. You're like, do you just have a list of
Yeah.
everything that like gigging musicians hate
Every
to play?
worst song in the book.
It was amazing. I
Yeah.
laughed so hard. And like
Yeah.
you made the whole bar laugh. And like I as a comedian was jealous in that moment because I've never gotten a laugh like that out of the bar. You know? Like so it really bummed me out. I was like, damn, but it was hilarious at the same time. Now, on that note though, I wanted to know, what are some of the requests that you've gotten that have been like your favorite? Like what are your favorite requests to get? Like
Anytime, if we're playing full band, anytime anyone requests Zeppelin is super fun.
I'm just talking about like, what about just you though? Just
When it's
you
just
doing
me,
your thing.
Well, it's always cool when somebody asks for originals because
Okay.
because when I play cover gigs, I'm always going into it being like, I'm either going to be a fly on the wall, you know, background music, or
Yeah.
there might be a couple people listening. I don't care. I don't show up being like, gee, I wish people would ask me, but like, I don't care. I'm there to get paid to play covers. But that's why it's always a pleasant surprise when someone's like, do you write your own music? And I go, yeah. And they go, can you play one? And it's cool. But other than that,
is.
anytime people request stuff from like the 60s and 70s that I love, like, hey, do you know any Bob Dylan or Carole King or you know, stuff like that, and I'm like, I do, because the other thing is I feel I don't have a super expansive catalog. I know musicians who know every song in the book, right? And you can ask them anything, and I could put the time in and learn 500 songs, but I don't want to.
No. No.
So at this point, it's sort of just like, oh wow, you requested something I actually know. That's great. Sometimes people say, oh, you remind me of this singer. Do you do anything by them? And it's like, cool, yes I do.
Yeah,
and thanks for saying that, right?
Yeah.
I would always rather hear original songs from somebody than cover. Like, don't get me wrong, covers are fun, but like,
yeah, and
if you have
again,
an artist that wants to sell themselves,
yeah,
I would rather listen
yeah,
to that than
absolutely.
anything.
But again, I get it. I don't go out to a restaurant expecting there to be a musician who's, you know, trying to write their own stuff or anything like that.
Yeah.
And I don't expect people to come out and be like, you should play your stuff. It's just nice when it happens.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What's like one of the weirdest requests you've gotten song wise? Where you're just like, what?
Yeah, this was a full band one where we're a trio, by the way. It's drums, guitar, and bass. It's not very elaborate, and one time somebody asked for Bohemian Rhapsody. So
Let us whip that up real quick.
there's several reasons why that won't work.
Yeah, let's get that together for you real
Yeah.
quick.
Just do it a cappella. That's what
Yeah.
you should have done.
That's not bad.
Just
And
the whole thing.
there's perhaps a way that we could figure out how to do it, but I just thought, well, first of all, there's no piano.
Yeah.
Secondly,
so
there's
funny.
one mic on stage, and
Yeah.
it's on me. And
Yeah.
so, at the time, because now sometimes all of us will sing, but at the time I was literally the only person on stage who had a mic, and there's like so many vocal parts to
Yeah.
that song. They were,
so
yeah.
funny.
And then directly after that, someone asked for Lady Gaga. So it was a very diverse night.
That's
How do you go from
wild.
Bohemian Rhapsody to Lady Gaga.
I'm not sure.
With a lot of alcohol, probably?
Sure.
Yeah,
well, this wasn't a sober person. I don't feel I needed to
I hope
preface
they
with
weren't.
that.
Yeah, I feel like that should be a given.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So you said you play with a three-piece. What's the name of the band?
We have Pramila for
Mm-hmm.
originals, and then we have Jin for covers, and it's the same people. It's just
Okay.
to make a distinction between the two.
Yeah.
And this is the only band, like, these are the only people you play with, or do you have, like, other,
No.
like, no, just
No.
this? And
Not
has it
yet.
always been, like, these guys, like, it's always been these two, or did you have other bands
we have
previously?
another bass player coming out of high school because we formed it, and I mean, it's always just been me and my brother.
Right,
so
right,
all
right,
we
right.
needed was one other person. But yeah, we met a bass player in high school, so we played with him throughout, and then for a few years after, and then we met our current bass player, and now he's been in it ever since 7 years. Yeah, 7 years.
Very cool. Very,
What would
very
you
cool.
prefer? Do you prefer band atmosphere or solo atmosphere on stage?
I like that I can do both because
Yeah.
it's very different, and I need to do both.
Yeah.
Because I need to get that side out of me out too, like the
They're two
kind of
totally different worlds.
when I need
right?
to blow
Like-
off steam, having the full band gig where I can like go a little wild is
Jump around,
It does,
yeah.
especially for me, like for my mental health. I've always struggled with mental health, and so when I'm going through like I'm like, yeah, I need to just really get it out right
Yeah.
now, which is great.
I saw one of your videos and you were like shredding, but you were just right into it. You're like leaning backwards, like your foot's on the amp. and
That's
everything.
it, man. Like
That's the-
I need to be able to access that part of
Yeah.
myself as well, which is why I've always kind of struggled with the two, because I'm like, man, what do I need to pick one, or do I need? And it's like, no, I'll just do
No,
both.
do both.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why but I haven't really been doing both. So now that I've finally put out this stuff and people are seeing a different side of me, and some people, that's the other thing too, is I want to be able to have something for everyone, and like
Yeah.
maybe somebody prefers one over the other, and I can say, hey, you might not like this stuff, but maybe you'll like what I do with it, you know, kind of
absolutely,
thing.
absolutely.
Something for everyone, hopefully.
So, you've played a lot of shows, as we mentioned earlier. What's one of the biggest shows you've done recently? Like I've seen you played a festival. What is it, Cicada Fest? Was it?
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
playing Cicada
Festival,
Fest.
yeah.
I played
Yeah.
it twice with my band, and this was the first year I did it solo. So
Right,
it's my
right, that's
first,
what it was.
My first festival as a solo artist, which was a little weird, but it was great. I love that festival. I can't say enough good things about it. It's always such a good vibe, and there's always friends playing, and I can hang out
Right.
for the weekend and watch them. But yeah, that was great, and I didn't really know what to expect, because like I said before, I think people expect to see me playing with the band, and then I was on like the forest like acoustic
Yeah,
stage,
yeah,
and they
okay.
might have been like, oh, okay. But the crowd was great, and I had a good turnout, and yeah, I was nervous, which I usually am not.
Interesting.
But I liked it. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm uncomfortable right now, and I need to lean into that, and I need to keep doing this until it feels as natural as the band thing.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So it was cool because I like exploring that uncharted territory for myself because I'm whenever I get on stage with my electric guitar, I'm just like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
But I'm never nervous, but this was different, so I liked it.
Nervousness and excitement are two very close emotions,
Absolutely.
and I feel like with the right mentality, you can turn nervousness into excitement, or with the wrong mentality, you can go excitement into nervousness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, and that's really cool though.
Sometimes you can't have one without the other. Though.
No, absolutely.
Especially if you're like comedian, musician, artist, and it doesn't matter. I've been on stage a lot too, and there's not a moment before I go on stage I get that weird twist in my stomach. I'm like, oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Should I just turn around and leave?
Yeah.
I don't know. But then I get up there, and as soon as I get up there, everything's gone. It's just, okay, I'm here now. Like, I got to put the show on.
Yeah,
So,
I literally have that before starting the show. When I'm doing the intro, I'm sitting here reading like my little intro, and I'm like a little shake, and I was like,
Yeah.
why am I doing
time,
this?
though, it kind of like mellows out.
does.
Like,
Yeah.
there's a point where it becomes more comfortable to do it, but there's always that little flutter.
Yeah.
Every once in a while,
Yeah.
we're like, what am
But
I
that
doing?
means you care.
Exactly. You're worried that you're not going to give a product that people are
Yeah.
going to enjoy, whether you're making them laugh or making them bob their head with music. So,
Absolutely.
if you don't have that, you're not trying to get better.
Agree.
Right?
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
if you're not nervous, it means you're complacent and you're comfortable. Then
Yeah.
you're going to flatten out.
Yeah.
So what show did you play, or like what anything? Could be in a bar, could be a festival, whatever. What's one that like sticks out to you in your head where you're like, oh, that was like an amazing everything. Like they just all the boxes were ticked to make an amazing show. What sticks out to you?
It's always a hard question for me because I've played a lot of different things, and like there's been times where we played like a festival like in the States, or where you think, well, that's got to be the best thing you've ever done because like you went to the States and you played like a big festival. But I think so many of, and the guys would attest to this, so many of our favorite shows have happened in bars on nights where we were like playing covers and like.
That's some of the best shows I've ever gone to.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the vibe was right and the crowd was
Yeah.
right, and because when I say we play covers, I mean we never play them like the original. So it's always like improvise and jamming, and we get into these states where we're just like, messing around and
Yeah.
going off, and that's electric to me. Like I
Yeah.
love doing stuff like that because it's never the same. We have our arrangements that we go into, but then we also have parts where we just kind of do whatever, or we like, hey, let's just, we do that. Usually we do that one thing in that one song. Let's just like mess around tonight and see what happens.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
when we'll do stuff. We look at each other and we're like, okay, and then we talk about it after, and it's just cool. It's cool. I think the nights when we're trying to impress each other, which is often, we're never trying to impress the crowd because they're there anyway. Like it's different. Sure, if we're like playing an original show, fine.
Yeah.
But if we're playing covers, you guys are there anyway. Like most of you didn't show up for us. Like you
Yeah.
were just people who were at the bar.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to be like, hey, did you hear me do that?
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, well, did you hear me do
I'm
that?
going to get you next time on the new one. Yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
cool. If you could put together like a dream show / venue, like just like if somebody was like, hey, here's $1 million, put on like what you want to do for a show, like what you would envision as like just an amazing show for yourself. Like what would that look like?
Definitely, probably one of the iconic venues that some of my favorite live albums were filmed at. Like the Troubadour or
Okay.
like Royal Albert Hall.
Right.
I think Red Rocks is really cool. I feel like every musician wants to play at Red Rocks. But just one of those, even if it's not a huge place, but like a historic place where, because I love a lot of live. Some of my favorite records are live ones, right, from
Right.
the 60s and 70s. And so that to me is like. Sorry. Oh, that's okay.
It's like,
Out of the
I
way
couldn't
here.
get it open
sorry.
earlier either.
No, it's not opening.
We're all lost.
This is
in here,
hilarious.
by the way.
See,
Sorry.
I thought it was locked.
Minor
Well, I
interruption there.
meant to say at the beginning that they trapped me in here against my will.
Wow.
But
Oh, Jesus. Sorry, our producer was trying to get out the door, and the door was stuck, and it just interrupted the show entirely. But anyway, continue, sorry, with your dream venue.
yeah, so any spot like that, man. Like any spot where I heard like what was there last night? There was a documentary on the Apollo, and there's all the amazing people who played there, and
That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
just a place where people that I really look up to have played, and maybe I get to have some guest appearances by some of my idols, or just something like that. It's stuff that feels so impossible, but once in a while I think that'd be cool.
I'd have a marching band. I'd spend the whole $1 million, just have the marching band go all the way around.
That's sick.
My thing.
I love it.
That's hilarious.
Love it.
Fireworks, like an hour-long firework display.
Inside,
yeah,
of course. Yeah.
So while we're talking about music, let's get you to play another song.
Sure.
Because we're on the back half of the hour here.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure I can get this set up right. I'm pretty sure it's a slider here. No. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, we're good.
Turn the other one down a little bit if you know which one it is.
All right.
Oh.
I'm gonna get into a different tuning.
Okay.
Double drop D.
Double drop D. With a cable?
Really Neil Young.
So when you're tuning a drop D like that, you're keeping the capo on.
Yeah, so I
tuning it.
guess it's technically like drop F sharp. Double
Yeah,
drop
yeah.
F sharp.
That's a nice sound.
Thank you.
You ever used what's it called? Dad? Or
Dad. That's Jimmy Page tuning.
That
of
is
course
some
I
Page
use that
tuning.
tuning.
Yeah.
Yes,
I figured you would.
Absolutely.
All right. What's this called?
This is called Restless.
All right.
It's off the EP, and so far it seems to be the one that everybody's really enjoying. So I thought I would do it.
Let's hear it.
The first one.
Alright.
Let's hear it.
From childhood to
That was incredible.
That's a scary one for me to sing.
Ah,
I feel like that's a but you know that's part of the theme of the album, man. Is that I'm trying to stick my
so good.
stick my neck out a little bit more.
That was absolutely
guys.
incredible. I want to ask you about an old song, actually. Yeah, no, I saw this online. It's called "Love Went Missing."
Oh,
Is that an original?
I actually played that at Cicada because I thought about it for some reason, and I thought, hey, that's kind of a catchy tune.
Yeah, I was scrolling through your YouTube, and what drew me to it was the fact that you had long hair and braids.
Oh,
so for those of you that don't know,
such long
she's
hair.
got kind of short hair. It's
I had the longest hair ever for so long.
I didn't believe it. Like, you had a hat on too, and I'm like, the braids are attached to the hat.
Yes.
Is what like my brain was telling me. I
Yeah.
couldn't like envision it, but it was an excellent song too. It was just one of those. I was just curious whether or not that was original, and yeah, it's nice to hear that you actually played it again because it was a great song.
Yeah, it's funny you bring that one up.
Yeah, I'd like to do a little deep diving.
Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you about something here because I think it's absolutely hilarious. You have an 80-year-old crush who goes by the name of
That's not even how old I go.
Tom Selleck.
Listen.
So
Power of the staff.
I gotta
blushing?
ask, why? Yes, Tom Selleck. He's a hunk.
So have you looked at him? That's
Yes.
the answer to That's the answer. That's
So-
the answer to your question.
With his
Okay.
Hawaiian shirt
Have you
open
taken a
and
look
all
at him?
that
Ever?
Right. Okay. So now I want to know, like when did you discover Tom Selleck?
Well, I think
When was this a thing?
I think for me it was when he makes his first cameo in Friends.
Oh, okay.
And listen,
Yeah.
when they open the door, Monica is catering this party for something, and they open the door and he's standing there in a full out like James Bond tux.
Oh,
and it
wow.
changed the trajectory of my life. Something
love it.
happened to me.
Oh my
in
God,
that
that's so
moment.
funny.
But also, and this is like a thing amongst my friends.
Oh, sorry. Watch out behind you.
Oh, sorry.
So keep going there.
The joke amongst my friends and I is that they all know that I like old guys. So that's just Tom Selleck is only the tip of the iceberg, really. But
So what's older than him that?
older than
Well, because you're like, oh, that's not even the oldest
Crypt
I
Keeper?
know, right? He's 80 years old.
listen. It's all about your aura, man. It's
get
all
it.
about
I get
your attitude.
Okay, so how much do you know about Tom Selleck? Do you want to test your knowledge?
Oh, I don't
on
know
the man?
about Tom Selleck at all.
Okay, so this might actually be a learning experience.
I know
Let's
nothing
go.
about Tom
Every
Selleck.
answer
I
is
just
gonna
like
be
to look at
mustache.
him.
Okay,
Yeah.
so his breakout role was on what TV show? Do you know?
Was it Magnum PI?
Yes, it
Okay.
was. All right, but before that, he was kind of discovered on a dating game
Oh my.
as a college senior.
Oh.
And from that dating game, he ended up doing Pepsi commercials.
Well, it makes sense to me. That's the correct next move for him.
I mean, I
Was
could.
it like a well-known dating game show? Was it like a big one?
Casey Kasem was hosting it with somebody else, and I forget who. I didn't write that part down, but yeah, I just think it's what I would have bought Pepsi.
Well, I
off
know
of
what
him.
I'm looking up when I
would've.
get home.
Right?
He's sitting there with that can and the mustache taking a drink. I'm growing a mustache and drinking Pepsi.
Okay, so now here's something that's even cooler, though. He was supposed to be cast as Indiana Jones,
I knew that. I knew.
I heard that.
But I
but
will
because
say,
of Magnum PI, he couldn't.
I will say, and Harrison Ford is another one for me. Absolutely.
Harrison Ford's on my list. I don't care.
Sure.
I want him to read me bedtime stories.
Absolutely. Yes.
Oh man, that's really funny. So now, not to take this in a political direction, but here's a really interesting fact about him as well. He worked or was part of the California National Guard
That's insane. But
and
that checks out.
was active during the Watts riots
Of course he was.
in LA, which is pretty crazy.
So he was a man in uniform as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Real.
He was.
Yeah.
He
Right?
rank
That's
of.
just- that's
I think he
working.
reached the rank of sergeant, if I remember
He's
correctly.
not just in Blue Bloods
Yeah.
on TV, people, which
Yeah.
I also watch.
I'm liking that show. He's very good as a police commissioner. Very good.
So another fun fact about him is that he was a minority owner in the Detroit Tigers.
That I did not know.
Which is his childhood favorite team.
No way.
Yeah, I don't know.
That.
I don't know if he still has a minority stake in it, but that I saw that and I was like, what? That's absolutely wild.
Well, he's such a renaissance. And see, this is why we love him. He's just a renaissance man.
Maybe he could put some money into buying better baseball players because the team's not good.
He's a little bit Canadian.
Is he?
Did you know that?
It's because of me.
His future wife.
when you are in a green card marriage,
yeah.
you're a little bit Canadian.
His grandmother's from Chatham, Kent.
I love that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, there's a little Canadian tie in there.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah,
that makes me feel good.
This I think is absolutely hilarious because he got a Razzie.
Oh no.
Yeah, he won a Razzie in like 92 or 93 for the worst supporting actor in his role in Christopher Columbus: The Discovery.
Okay.
Yes, but hold on. We redeem it because the prize for winning a Razzie is $4.97, and he was like the first actor to collect his prize.
Okay.
Which I think says a lot about him being like, you know what? Yeah, no, it was bad, and I accept the award anyways. I think that's great.
And tell him he shouldn't have done that.
To be fair, he won it.
Yeah, he won.
Sure.
A win's a win in my book. I don't care
and
how
there's
you
so
get
many other actors out there that probably got insulted and never collected their $4.
Yeah.
You know, and I just love that he was like, no, I'm doing it. Yeah,
because
exactly.
again, he's just a great guy, man. He's not just a pretty face.
No.
I feel like I need to really drill home the point that I just think we would be really good together. I think he's a good guy.
Is this your call out to him?
I
really think we'd be good together.
Okay.
Tommy boy, if you're listening.
So there's a chance for everything, and there's a chance that he's listening right now. Yeah. And hey, what are you doing? What's up? Yeah. Whatever.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
And I'm taking my shot.
Michael Scott.
Really, really fun fact that I'm going to end the Tom Selleck trivia on before we move into a little bit of other things and close out the show. In 2015... he was inducted into the Mustache Hall of Fame.
What, he should be the president?
I was going to say, he
what
should
are
be
we inducted?
CEO and number one chairman.
He built the building.
Yeah.
So,
what are we...
do we agree that 2015 seems late?
That's maybe the most atrocious thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. Right? Like, okay, so I'm not. I thought it was.
What are we talking about?
Mustache since he came out birth.
He actually was the first person to ever have a mustache.
Born with a mustache.
Yeah.
He invented the mustache. Oh man. Okay, so I like to do a little bit of a little kind of like weird segments based on my name here. So Marc Side of the Moon segment is a little conspiracy thing where I like to bring up a conspiracy that's relatively harmless and get your opinion on it.
Love it.
So this one, you've heard this one, BeardOh.
This one you hit me with?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
But this one's music related, and the conspiracy is this: that music is like one of the most expensive currencies in space, and that aliens are farming humans on Earth for music.
Sure. I could believe it. I could see it. Anything to do with aliens, really, I'm thinking, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
Now, how do you feel as a musician, though, knowing that could be a potential, maybe one of your songs is worth like a spaceship?
Oh, I'm sure it's not worth anything here. It's gotta be worth something somewhere. That's what's keeping me alive,
it's worth
man.
something anywhere.
I'm thinking it's if no one cares here, someone's got to care somewhere.
Somewhere,
and it's up there in space.
I love it. I love it.
That's fair.
Absolutely. Okay, and then because it's spooky season, don't be afraid of the mark. Do you have any spooky stories to share with us? Like I know my house is haunted, but I don't know if anybody else is. Like, do you have a ghost story you can share with us real quick?
I don't have a ghost story. I have a sort of afterlife story.
Ooh, let's hear it. Let's go.
Because I totally believe in ghosts in the afterlife, and I think there's way too much evidence, and I think some people definitely lie, but there's way too many specific stories that I think you have to be stupid to think that
I have
people are
6.
Just lying. And I love that
just
for
from my
you.
house.
I have 1. I'm jealous.
It's insane.
So my grandfather passed away in 2014.
Okay.
And he was a hilarious Italian man. And he was trying to get everything in order before he passed. And he had an envelope full of money. And he was like, you guys, I have this envelope of money in the house somewhere. And I forget where I put it. But you're going to need it. And we were all like, okay, well, like, now we're just going to have to rip the house apart. Which is what happened. And my aunt, who kind of has always had, like, weird psychic-y dreams, had this dream where in the dream he told her where the money was. And she went to their house the next day. and she went looking for the money, and it was exactly where he said it would be in the
No way! Oh, I got chills, man. My arm hairs would be standing up, but I'm wearing a jacket. You can't see it. Oh, wow, that's so cool. I love stuff like that.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then also, like, just little thing after he passed, like, I had cousins who were just babies at the time and didn't really know him, and they would just, like, the one would just, like, start talking to whoever, and then when my grandmother was still living in their house, we'd be like, who are you talking to? And she'd be like, no. And we'd be like, hey, you didn't really know him, girl. So, like, I don't know what's going on over there.
I always hear those conspiracy theories about, like, how dogs and babies can see people who've passed or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
So
you hit a certain age.
You ever see a dog just staring at a roof or something like
that?
My
cat
it's
does that.
because there's something there that
when my dog
right?
stares, sometimes he just stares at nothing, and I'm like, okay.
My dog stares at nothing, but she's the dumbest dog I've ever had in the entire
Well,
world.
my dog's a little stupid
She's dumb
too,
as a
but-
bag of hammers. She's a
Santa's little helper.
Oh my god, I would prefer Santa's little helper right now.
All right. Okay, well, this has been a lot of fun, and we're going to start closing this show out, but I would like to know from you, specifically, Nicole, what shows do you have coming up? What are you doing musically? Like, I know you just put out an EP. You can talk about that again, and talk about your socials and what you got going on.
Sure. Well, you can follow me at Nicole Cerminara on Instagram and TikTok. Those are kind of the ones that I try my best at being consistent at, but it's hard. Because sometimes I care and sometimes I don't. But right now I care because I just put out music. So I'm trying to, which you can also stream that. It's called Everything Is True. There's 4 songs. You might find something in there that you like. And if so, then you should share it with other people who you also think might like it. That would be great. As for shows, don't really have a lot lined up for myself personally. Working on it. But you could catch my cover band if you want around the area. We're called Gin. So if you'd like follow us on Facebook and stuff like that, we're always posting where we're playing.
Gin with a J.
Gin with a J, like the drink but not spelled the same way. I'm trying to think. There's not really too much happening right now because we're kind of in slow season.
And what about Pramila? Are you doing anything there?
Pramila's not doing too much right now. I feel like everything right now is just a little bit, we're kind of getting into hibernation. Okay. But
it's that time of year too.
We're still working on things though, kind of thing.
And you can find them on Instagram at Pramila, I'm assuming.
What is it on? It's We Are Pramila, I believe, on Instagram. Yeah, we have songs out. We have 4 or 5 tracks out. Cool. We also have an album that we put out under Gin, like a full length concept album in like 2022. Nice. Which is like kind of weird. It's like a super fun album that we put a lot of work into. That once in a while I go back to it and I'm like, hey man, that was pretty cool.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah. But other than that, I'm writing, and now that I have the EP out, I'm just kind of aiming to put out more singles before eventually putting out an album for sure. But that will be a while from now because I wanna kind of have a concept for that and put more of a artistic theme into that one. So
if you rush it, it's not going to sound right.
Absolutely. Totally. Yeah.
I was always been a big believer in like if you're not comfortable doing it, don't do it because it's not going to come through. Like I do streaming and stuff like that too, right? And if I'm not in a good mood to get online and show my face, I'm just not going to do it because it's just going to be not what I want. It's not going to translate well. People aren't going to have a good time if I'm not having a good time.
They'll feel it. They'll feel that vibe from
writing. You put out a good album. Doesn't mean you immediately have to put another good album.
Totally.
Let it ride. Let it have fun. Wait until those creative juices come back.
And this is my first release, right? Yeah. So I'm just kind of enjoying the feedback and finally having stuff out as a solo artist. And, I don't really feel pressure to immediately release something else. I'm like, man, it took me 20 years to do this one.
Right.
So,
if the whole album's like those 2 songs, you're going to
Well, thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah, they're incredible.
Fantastic.
What do you have planned for next year?
For next year, I definitely want to actively pursue playing festivals as a solo artist, which I've never done before.
That's very cool.
Cicada was my first one. But yeah, it's a different world, right? Because I'm used to looking for opportunities for full band, and that I know what festivals to look at for that stuff, but I'm talking to some of my singer-songwriter friends, and they're like, oh, have you heard of this and this and this? I'm like, no. Because when it comes to like that area, I'm like totally green. Yeah. So now I feel like for the first time in a long time, I'm sort of like asking for help for certain things, being like, hey, where do you think I should send my music to, and where do you think is good for like a folk festival or like singer-songwriter stuff, and trying to figure out what opportunities I can get for that, which is a new world for me.
Yeah.
So that's I definitely want to hit that hard next year.
I feel like not enough people ask. There's a lot of people that guess out there and they don't ask. And asking for help is like such a hard thing to do sometimes, but it's also the easiest thing to do because like if you don't ask, you're never gonna know. You're never gonna like
Yeah.
Whatever. And it's like specifically with stuff like for myself, for example, whenever I'm like trying to learn something new or I'm doing something, embarking on something, I try and find somebody that knows a lot about it, and then I ask them, I'm like, what is something that you wish that somebody had taught you that you had to learn the hard way?
Agree.
You know what I mean? And like I want to know that because that will then help me not have to learn that the hard way, and it makes your learning the hard way worth it.
Yep.
Because you're helping other people now, and that's just a big thing to me that I feel like not enough people ask. So that's really
Agreed.
impressive. What are some of the festivals that you're looking at next year, just so we can have an idea maybe of where we can catch you?
As of right now, I don't really know like a lot of them. I know there's a few sort of folksy ones that a lot of people play. I think one of them is called Hillside or something like that.
Okay.
Mariposa would be cool. Mariposa's cool. I know that there's like singer-songwriter or like folk like conferences that you can go to, which would be cool. So I'm kind of like I said, I'm sort of dumb in that area because I don't really know yet. So I'm asking around. I'm like, where do you guys
like Boots and Hearts and stuff like that? That's always a good festival.
Yeah, I think that's like, isn't that like more country? I don't know. Which I don't know. I feel like a lot of the time with Americana and even with stuff I listen to and stuff I write, sometimes it kind of goes into country like rooted things.
Yeah, I could see there being a crossover.
I think you could kind of get away with the crossover thing.
I'm just saying your music is good.
Thank you. And I'll just
and like good music goes to good festivals.
I'll throw my hat in the
So-
ring anywhere, just for now, because I just don't know. But yeah, I definitely want to like put the same amount of commitment that I've put into like booking the band stuff over the last few years into booking myself stuff, and then also hopefully next year an album would be great.
Right. Nice.
Yeah, definitely don't want to wait too long on that one. So
Cool. Okay, well, we're about to wrap up. Final thoughts, BeardOh?
I'm hungry.
Nicole?
I'm also hungry.
Yeah. Cool. All right, so
cheeseburger in my car waiting for me.
Whoa, that goes crazy.
That's hilarious. It's been sitting there baking in the sun some more.
Well, it's staying warm.
Beauty. All right, so let's see here. You can check out Nicole Cerminara on Instagram and other socials at Nicole Cerminara. It's spelled Cerminara. Just in case you're wondering, it's a C, not an S. It matters to us Italians.
It does.
And then you can also check out BeardOh at BeardOh WeirdOh on Instagram and other socials as well. And then you can catch myself at Marc with a C, and also Marc Side Radio. But we do something called the Laugh Lab every Monday at Taps. You come check that out. This Monday we have Greg Pallone headlining, and it's going to be awesome. And we also do the Green Room Unfiltered on the same day with Jesse Crisp and Robbie Learn. Definitely tune into that if you have a chance. Also, Local Laughs coming up Sunday, October 26th at Local with Nick Duncan headlining. That's going to be a good time as always, hosted by myself. And I think that basically wraps it up. I'd like to give a shout out to Bomb Comedy Tour for producing all of this, 4680Q for letting us do this, and all of you listeners for, like all three of you probably tuning in, and BeardOh and Nicole for coming out and playing some songs. Thank you so much for that, Nicole. It was absolutely wonderful.
Thanks, guys.
And everybody else, you guys have a wonderful day and weekend. Take care.